I might just put that back in the water for a second. Woohoo! Just in time for sunset. This is my first solo sail and I'm nervous. I'm really nervous, but it's gonna be awesome. The weather's supposed to be really good. Picked a really good weather window. I'm kind of buddy boating with a boat up there called Dark Horse. Helped him pull up his anchor by hand because his windlass is done. But this should be good. Curaçao, here we go. Curaçao or bust. Let's get acquainted with the chart plotter. So this is our speed over ground right here, about 6 knots. This is our speed in water, about 5 knots. So we got a bit of current helping us right now. The apparent wind is 14 knots. True wind is around 13, 14. And this is our apparent wind angle and true wind angle. And this is the same. We have over here is our estimated arrival time, 5:21. There is not a chance we'll get here at this time, because when we make this area right here, there's a current going against us about 1.5 knots. So that's pretty much what we're doing. Aruba to Curaçao. And we're gonna try and stay away, as far away as we can from the coast of Venezuela. We're gonna run silent at night, which means AIS is off. And we're also gonna turn lights off and everything like that. And just, we had to keep a very, very good watch. And it's a bit more dangerous too, because the boat I'm buddy boating with Dark Horse is also probably going to run silent. And so we just have to stay in really good communication and make sure we stay away from each other. So, but it should be a fun passage. It should take around 24 hours. And yeah, first solo passage. 4 rods in the water, 1 sail up. The only reason I'm not putting the main up is because I think I'm gonna have to turn into the wind soon and just take it down. So I'm just gonna kind of see how she goes with just the jib up and only 1 engine kind of on a little bit forward. So yeah, wish me luck. I mean, I guess you can just keep watching and you see if I have good luck or not. I hope I catch a fish. That'd be cool. I saw some fishermen that caught a bunch of wahoo, and so I'm passing the area in about an hour where they caught a bunch of wahoo, but I'm not sure how much light I'm gonna have, and I pull the rods up at night. So, but yeah, let's hope the weather window works out. Crossing fingers. I'm on the bow of the boat and tied off. I just scrambled like all over the boat because something on this boat smells like burning, and I really needed to find out what it was. And apparently it was nothing on the boat, because behind me over there, they're burning garbage. So that's exactly what it is. That's not sheer panic in the first 20 minutes of the trip. Not at all. Since I'm up here, I'll show you. I got spare jerry cans tied off up there, and there's a bunch in that hatch and in this hatch as well. And then I have a bunch of spare jerry cans because we're still running the port engine off of jerry cans because the fuel line is blocked. And the decision was made to keep running the port engine off of jerry cans because there's no guarantee that the fuel line's not going to get blocked again, and jerry cans work, and we have enough of them. We travel with 20 jerry cans, so we have plenty of jerry cans left to get where I need to go, and that's just kind of what it is. Hopefully at this next stop in Curaçao, we're going to be ripping apart that floor and tearing up the fiberglass, gaining access to the fuel tank, and putting an inspection port in the fuel tank and give it a really good clean out. But until then, it's kind of 1 jerry can, 1 engine, but we're just running off the 1 engine that's running the fuel tank right now, and it's just idling forward. hopefully this is a good omen. It's a great, nice, warm breeze. It's fantastic.
You know, tries to hail us on the radio for not having lights or something. I think it's okay. We're fired up, I think, from Venezuela, but I don't need to advertise our presence.
Yeah, 10-4. My concern is just the fishing chips that are out there. Not fishing chips, fishing ships that are out there. And just like an opportunistic crime. I don't think anything's going to be like planned. So I think when we round the corner, before we round the corner, I'm probably going to turn my AIS off and just receive only. And I'm probably going to run full dark.
Yeah, copy that.
Let's just keep good communication over the radio. And we can send each other our positions anyway to make sure we got some clearance from each other.
We'll see what these clouds do up here too.
My guess is these clouds aren't going to be too friendly.
Yeah, copy that. I didn't see any forecast for rain on the predict wind, but that was, you know, a couple hours ago, I think, when they updated the forecast.
I know that Friday, Saturday has lightning warnings in Curaçao, so we'll just have to pay attention. I don't think it's lightning like Colombia or Panama lightning, and I think it's a lightning watch, not a lightning warning.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm going to go check down below. I heard something go thump, so I'm going to see what fell on the floor, and I'll be back on channel 68.
10-4, enjoy your monohull sailing. I have stuff all over the table, and it's still on the table. Supernova standing by on channel 68. I'm gonna eat those words because I bet you that everything's gonna fall off the table and the counter and everything. It's supposed to be kind of hairy as soon as we round the corner. When we're around the corner, about after like 2-3 hours, it's supposed to calm down, and there's supposed to be a weather window for about a day and a half, 2 days. The reason we're not just waiting for it to calm down is because around here, weather windows evaporate quickly. So sometimes a weather window that's supposed to be around for 2 to 3 days is 12 hours of weather window, and then it's gone. So we don't want to miss it. We'd rather be at the tail end of it, at the beginning of it, should I say, and just kind of hit some rough weather and then get smooth sailing. That's exactly what we did when we came from Colombia to Aruba, and we hit the weather window perfectly, and it did not, it was supposed to last for a week, but that was the forecast a week before we left. So it should be good. Hopefully it's good. I've been watching the weather around here since like May, just to try and figure out exactly what it does, and it should be good. Hey Dark Horse, I just put my receiver on silent, so it should only be receiving and not sending my AIS. Any chance you could have a quick gander and see if you can see me on AIS?
Yeah, stand by.
It's not that I don't trust fishing boats off of Venezuela. It's just that I don't trust fishing boats off of Venezuela at night when I'm by myself. I'm sure 99.9% of them are very kind people.
Yeah, I'm not seeing you on AIS.
That is absolutely perfect. I'm still seeing you on AIS, so I don't know if you're gonna run dark anytime soon. There's a fishing boat off of my starboard stern here, starboard aft I think it is. I'm just kind of watching it. I mean, it's probably not gonna do anything this close, but just curiously watching it. Brian and I stay on 6.8, so that way our chatter doesn't really interfere with other people, and we don't have to constantly hail each other on 16. And then we just put their radios on dual watch, so they watch 16, but we can hail each other on channel 6.8. Looks like it's a pretty gorgeous sunset. The sun's going down behind me. I don't fish at night, so it's about time to take the fishing rods in. Haven't caught anything, but we'll have another chance tomorrow morning. Should be a good night. I didn't get the best sleep, so that's not ideal. but it still should be a good night. I'm super excited. Really testing my mettle here. Although it's a short-ish passage, it's still it feels long to me. 69 nautical miles is it's more than I've done, so. Little update here, getting my butt kicked. There's a huge lightning storm off to starboard and it looks like it might hit me. It's about 2 miles away, 3 miles away right now. And some pretty big lightning strikes are hitting. Also, because we're running dark, there's a container ship ahead of us that's about 12 miles ahead of us, but in 20 minutes it's only going to be about 2 miles. Because we're straight on a collision course. So I've adjusted course to port a little bit, and that should help me go to more of a 90-degree angle to the storm. It's coming north, and I want to be going dead east. There's no way, like it'll be lucky to outrun it, but if I try and wait it out, it's just gonna hit me because I'm right in the middle of it, and it would just come north and just engulf me. So might hit the tail end of it, might not
sure. Definitely not going to hit this cargo ship in front of us. You see the lightning flashing behind. And yeah, it's wild. It's like leaving Colombia for Aruba all over again. Like the sea state is a mess. And we knew it was going to be this, and it was always going to be this. And we're trying not to get hit by the lightning storm. That's like the main thing. We knew this storm was here, but there's another storm that if we would have left tomorrow, that definitely would have hit us as well. So we're trying to do the best we can, altering course super early, yeah, it's a washing machine out here, man. But the waves are supposed to die down. Right now the wave period is like 5.9, and in like 5 to 6 hours it should be at about a 7 even period, and that's like how quickly the waves come at you. So the longer the period, the better. I think 8 is what most people want. I could do it like a 9 or 10 right now, but hey, it kind of is what it is. It's spicy for my first solo passage. Have about 51 nautical miles to go. The current isn't hitting as hard as I thought it was going to, but there's still plenty of time for that. So I'll talk to you in a little bit. The winds have picked up. They've hit 30 knots true wind, and that's getting a little bit hairy out here. The wind's picked up. I've seen 36 knots. Right there, 36 knots true. Waves have picked up a bunch, and I'm just trying to hold on here. Really confused seas right now. Still running dark, and there's a cruise ship passing to the port side. We've stayed clear of it by about 5 miles. Okay, we've seen up to 38 knots of wind now. Passing a cruise ship. Oh, I just saw 40 knots, 41 knots. .41 knots is the most amount of wind we've seen since Alaska. I've turned all lights back on, AIS back on, nav lights back on, because there's some ships in front of us, about 10 miles in front of us, and I can't see them because there's clearly a big storm right on us right now. So I just want to make sure that they can see me on AIS, and at every chance possible to see them. I'm trying to stay out of everyone's way, but man, it's tricky right now. The surround has ripped. One of the zippers has ripped. I'm not sure if you can see it, but right over there. So I wrapped it up, and it looks like I can just rethread the zipper later on, but I'm just trying to make sure the rest of the surround stays together. The lightning is reappeared a little bit closer, and it's just a gong show right now, to be honest. So I'm gonna throw my life jacket back on here. I just had it off because I was inside, turning everything back on, and yeah, just kind of batten down the hatches and hang tough here. And this is this wasn't on the forecast at all. Woo! Man, these waves are crazy. Okay, so the wind's calmed down a little bit. I had to tie some stuff down so it didn't fall off the boat. I guess that's my bad for not having it tied down before. All in the cockpit though. I've been down a couple of times to refuel the jerry can that's running the port engine. And yeah, the wind is still up at like about 25, 26 knots. Here, I'll show you. And just frankly trying to hang in there. The Dutch Coast Guard just called this a Curaçao weather warning, saying to avoid the area that I'm trying to head to. So right now I'm heading to the tip of Curaçao, the northern tip of Curaçao, and I want to go to an anchorage called Spanish Waters, and that's near the middle, or even a bit maybe a hair south of the middle of Curaçao, of the island. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go there, to be honest with you. Doesn't look all that great on the lightning map. There's strikes all over the place there. I don't know really what to do. Now is when Yvette and I would kind of talk through things, but I guess I got to make a decision and maybe make some backup plans. I think the right call is to continue heading toward the tip to try and get some relief from the winds, and then to head south slowly, and hopefully the storm just keeps rolling through over Curaçao. Whoa, big wave. And then maybe I might even have to head southwest and head away from the island a little bit and just run with the waves. But yeah, oh man, this is this is the time, let me tell you. There's certainly going to be no sleep tonight. I wanted to go to sleep, not because I need it, just because that's part of solo sailing is getting, like, you know, 15-minute cat naps and everything, and it's not realistic to just, you know, stay up the whole time. But I'm going to be staying up the whole time now. Everything's calmed down a whole lot. No lightning risk anymore. I'm now heading southeast towards the anchorage, Spanish Waters. I'm about 24 nautical miles away. I went up in a big zigzag pattern and then started to head back down. Wind is only about 7.7 knots, so it's pretty good. Waves are still a bit confused, but nowhere close to as bad as they were. And I don't think really a whole lot is broken, which is good. Everything's all over the floor, and I mean we just have to do, I'm by myself here. I have to do better when it comes to having the boat ready to, you know, make way. Doesn't matter that this wasn't forecasted. It kind of is what it is. So I gotta learn and come back stronger. Hopefully it won't be solo sailing for quite some time. But the night is still young. It's only 4 a.m., 4:15 a.m. So maybe there's actually a time to get a little bit of sleep. So I'm gonna attempt to sleep for about 15 minutes at a time and see how it goes. Because really, if you just stay up the whole time, that's not sustainable. That's not really solo sailing. So I have a pretty clear buffer around me, and just gonna sleep for 15 minutes. I have 5 alarms set to make sure that I wake up, and I'm gonna sleep for 15 minutes, get up, look around, and maybe sleep for another 15 minutes. We'll see, depending on where I am. Probably gonna slow down the boat a little bit too, going on about 5 knots right now. Nighty night. I've had about maybe 6, maybe 5 15-minute naps. It's starting to get a bit light out, so it's time to get up. Oh, I must be doing something wrong. I'm exhausted. I'm more tired than when I started sleeping. Maybe it was a bad idea to have a nap, but oh man, I don't know how the solo sailors do it. I guess it must be easier if you're like far away from land and there's not like many ships around and stuff like that. Maybe you could sleep for a little bit longer than 15 minutes, but oof, man. Okay, time to get up. Have about 6.7 miles to go. I'm still not recovered from that 15 minutes of sleep, and then checking where you are and that you're safe, and then 15 minutes more of sleep. Oh man, that was torture. For those of you who don't know, Yvette and I usually run on 12-hour shifts when we're on passage, and it's because we don't like just getting like 4 hours of sleep or the 3.5 you actually get during a 4-hour shift. So yeah, it was a really big change. We really like our 12-hour shifts, or 12-hour watches, I think we're supposed to call them. Man, it's almost done. Almost done it. Just gotta pay attention for like an hour and a half more. At some point in the night, the swim ladder fell down. It's never happened before, but I suppose we should bungee it up so it can't do that. I'm not gonna go pick it up because there's no reason to. It's like an hour left, and I know I'm tired and everything, and there's no reason to go on the back deck if I don't catch a fish, and kind of lean over and have to pick something up. We have a boat hook, but I'll get it when I anchor. Look at those places. They look like they would be a lot of fun to vacation in. And you can pull up a boat right to the outside of the swimming area. Man, they take their diving seriously around here. That boat has like 40 tanks on it. It's like a crazy maze to get in here. So you enter through here, and you got to go through all this stuff, and then it opens up a bit, and that's where I'm anchoring. It's called Spanish Waters, but there's like all this over here and everything. I'm not sure if you're allowed to go there. And there's like houses and everything with their own docks, and it looks great. There's a marina right in front of me here, but I'm gonna go off to the left right over here because there's an anchorage. I just got to keep going a little bit further. And there's the rig, the oil rig that I passed on the way here. And then there's just a ton of boats just anchored everywhere. So I gotta join them all but stay out of the channel. Man, that's a sweet catamaran. It's got dagger boards and everything. It's massive. All right, here's the anchorage. We're here. Now I just need to find a place to get anchored, which is going to be difficult. Wow, there is so many boats here. Just dropped anchor, and right there, a super sweet couple came up and, ooh, hold on, I think there you go. A super sweet couple came up and asked where Coco was. They knew Coco wasn't here, but I told them soon, very, very soon. So yeah, just got anchored. Oh man, that sail was a lot. it was fun though. I'm happy I did it and happy that it's over, but also kind of wishing it was a little bit longer because I want to like test myself a little bit more. Still wide awake. I'm supposed to go to sleep for a little bit before catching the bus to check in, but I don't know if I'm going to. So I'm gonna put up the Q flag and maybe start cleaning up inside a little bit. Just in case you're wondering, this is what inside turned into. It is a complete mess. Everything fell off of everything. And that's just kind of what happened. And I don't, I guess we could stow everything a little bit better. We got to strap more things down than just the microwave. The microwave is strapped down really well, as you can see. But everything else is maybe not strapped down the best, and we could probably do a better job of it. So the mission in Curaçao here is explore, adventure, and fix a ton of stuff and get everything strapped down, everything kind of put away so we don't have to ever go through this again. Made it to land with Brian. We both got our butts kicked. Absolutely got our butts handed to us last night.
Yeah. That was the first.
Is that the toughest sail you've ever done?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was rough.
Sure.
The forecast was for around
two.
Yeah, the forecast was for around 10 knots, and the peak I saw was 41. What was your top?
About 41, yeah.
About 41.
Yeah.
He had some damage to his bimini. Not terrible.
Yeah. Some canvas, easy fix.
Yeah, and then one pin on the bimini.
Yep.
And then I damaged my sole, just deep in here. Now it was like, looking back on it, it's fun, but at the time it probably wasn't fun.
Yeah. Remember I messaged you, are we having fun yet?
Yeah, my answer was no. Anyway, we're gonna go check in and meet up with Yvette, which is good because I miss her. And I'm not gonna get hit by a car, so I'm gonna stop filming. So we're here waiting for the bus, and we have established that we have land sickness.
Yeah.
It like,
we keep bumping into each other.
it like, I feel like all discombobulated and everything. And it's just, oof, man, I'm out of it right now. So we established that we need to get on the bus. Hopefully the bus doesn't have good shocks and it moves back and forth a bunch so we can kind of get reset.
Yeah. All will be right with the universe.
And the motion of the planet just is not working right now.
Yeah, this rock's not moving anywhere. AT&T finished.
Okay, seeing Yvette for the first time in a couple of days. Gotta act tough. Act like I wasn't scared at all last night. Like it was nothing. You got this. Oh, it was so scary last night.
You need me there.
There's so much fresh fruit here. I'm going to feast as soon as I'm done sleeping.
So this is Queen Emma Bridge, or Conan Emma Bridge, built in 1888. It's a pontoon pedestrian bridge which swings open to let all the ships pass when they need to.
Like ships like that?
Yeah, massive big container ships. And yeah, it's really cool.
And these are the pontoons.
And it's also known as the old swinging lady bridge.
Here's the pontoon bridge swinging in all its glory. But this is like old-timey with like wooden ships of sail.
Well, I'm just walking back now from the US Embassy down into Willemstad, the city. And yeah, it's a bit of a long walk, really hot today, but there's beautiful buildings all along the way. Painted really nice, lots of them are old, and beautiful houses as well. Heaps and heaps of different beautiful brightly coloured houses all along the way. And kind of got to see a bit of the streets and the suburbs, I suppose you'd say, and now back into the main old buildings. But I'm going to go meet Darcy and Brian now. They've finished hopefully their check-in with Immigration, Customs and the Port Authority, and I think they deserve a beer after their wild ride last night. Some of the buildings are really well maintained, and some, like that one, are absolutely not.
You're late The beer's already empty.
Might have to get another one.
I have another one. I'm gonna just leave it on the table.
So we made it to Curaçao, and this is the blue Curaçao drink, famous because it's from Curaçao.
We barely made it, and our souls are still not here yet.
Mine's fine.
Cheers.
I introduce Miss America.
Oh yeah, it's because I'm also celebrating having my visa for America. Cheers.
That means when we go to America next, there won't be a saga 4 of us getting kicked out of America for literally the 4th time. I think that's the only person to get kicked out of the state 3 times, but then be immediately allowed in when they reverse their decision.
Not anymore though, no more problems.
I knock on wood. To beer.
All right.
This is delicious. Before we go this week, we're finally getting around to doing our giveaway of the molar that we bought in the San Blas Islands. It's handmade by one of the Gunayala ladies at one of the anchorages that we stayed at for quite a long time, the swimming pool. And we're going to do a giveaway to one of our patrons. We're hoping to do more giveaways to our patrons as well. But this week is the molar from the San Blas Islands.
Yeah, stay tuned because we're working on a couple big things that we hope to be able to do giveaway style for patrons.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
let's do the draw.
Spin the wheel.
What is it gonna be? Is that 16, 15? 15!
Okay, let me
All right,
check.
who is 15?
Near the top. And they're all kind of in random order from when they joined. Number 15 is Captain Karen.
Woohoo!
So if you can send us your mailing address, we'll ship this off to you next time we're at a post office.
Yeah, we'll shoot you a message on Patreon.
Yeah.
And one last thing before we go.
Yes. So this is our beautiful molar that we bought for ourselves. We chose it because it's got some pink in it. I thought it was fish, but the Gunayala lady who made it told us it was like a loom type thing that they used to make the materials, or they used to. It's like an old thing from the past. And luckily we had our friends with us who spoke perfect Spanish, and so they were able to do a proper translation. Otherwise, I think we would have forever thought that they were fish.
Yeah.
This king post is where we decided that anything that's really, really special to us and we buy, we're going to hang here and we'll see it every day. So Day of the Dead in Mexico was really important to us because when we couldn't see each other for 2 years, we talked about doing this round the world trip, and our first kind of time frame or thing we wanted to do or goal was to make it to Mexico for Day of the Dead. And when lots of things went wrong for us in Alaska, we broke the drive line and we had to come out of the water and all of that, we still managed to make it down to Mexico for Day of the Dead. And so this was really, really, really special to us because it was our first kind of big step or goal that we made. And then obviously Panama and the San Blas Islands in particular are super special to us because that's where we found Coconut. And Coconut, as you know, is recovering and recuperating in Canada. She's feeling so much better. She's really thickened out her nice fluffy fur, and she's ready to come see us and stay aboard and join back up with the crew as captain, of course, in about a month. So we bought this in the San Blas Islands because obviously so important to us. And yeah, that's our 2 things so far. We have no idea what the next thing's going to be. We don't know where we're going to end up, but yeah.
We don't even know if it's going to go in the king post because we are quickly running out of room.
We are.
We should get some smaller mementos.
We should, some little tiny things like this.
But it takes a lot to make it to the king post.
Yeah,
though.
it does. So it might be a long time before we get another thing. We'll see. But anyway, we've got some exciting things coming up for you all and for us, as well as, of course, the endless boat jobs. Captain Karen, enjoy your beautiful boats from the San Blas Islands and the Gunayala people. Hopefully it can remind you of Supernova, as well as Coconut, and just the beautiful places around the world and the beautiful people around the world that are everywhere for us to see. And share with all of you guys. So yeah, thanks everyone for encouraging us to keep going and motivating us and giving us awesome advice in the comments every week. We're real time, as you know, so it does help us out whenever you're giving us tips and tricks for sailing and boat jobs and just motivation in general. So yeah, thanks so much. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's free. And if you do want to support us otherwise or want an extra video each week, come to Patreon and maybe you'll end up getting something like this. Anyway, see you all next Friday.
See ya.